Okay, so we chatted a little bit about habits and goals. So now I want to kind of show you how to track them if you're just starting out. So what we're going to talk about is simple methods for tracking your habits and goals, using data to make informed adjustments, and how to reassess your goals. So again, this being the kind of the beginner module, this is just kind of basic stuff that will help you kind of get the ball rolling. I'll definitely touch further on this and go further into depth as the course progresses, but this should be a really good foundation for you just to kind of get things started. So simple methods for tracking habits and goals. So weekly check-in, set aside time each week to review your progress, such as logging your weight, measurements, or workout achievements. For example, use a journal or a fitness app to record your results and identify trends. So I actually I'll link these down below the video description as well, but there's a few templates here. They're just pretty basic stuff. You have your weekly fitness, you can fill out your motivation, your notes, your goals on here. You can get templates pretty much anywhere online. I'll link a few resources for you if you want to just use these ones. Fitness goals for the week, daily workout log, that can be super helpful. And then also if you prefer something like a hard copy, I'll send you some Amazon links and stuff for one that I have. If you prefer to go that way, I kind of like it because I think the pen and paper is a little bit more personable and you can take it with you. And it just kind of feels good to write things down and check things off versus using using your phone or computer. But yeah, so the check-ins, progress photos and measurements. So if you're trying to lose weight or trying to gain weight, these can be really helpful. So you take photos and measure key areas like your waist, hips, chest, biceps. Track all those. You can measure them. Just get someone to help you. Or some areas you might be able to do them yourself if you just grab a measuring tape. This way you can track your physical transformation over time, and it can be more motivating, than just seeing the numbers on the scale. Scales is a great resource, but sometimes if your body's doing a bit of a recomp, say you're lost quite a bit of weight, and you're just kind of getting to the last few pounds, you might be getting a little bit stronger. You might have extra water weight on you. There's a lot of factors that can cause the scale to kind of not move for a little while, and that might be discouraging for some people. So if you can actually see your physical body transforming, like the mirror test is always the best way to determine your progress. Accountability partners. So share your goals and weekly updates with a friend, family member, community, group. Regularly discussing your progress can help you keep motivated and committed to your plan. So that's one of the things I'd love to have up and running here very shortly in this community is a place for people to just kind of discuss what they're doing, if they're new to fitness, if they've been doing it for a while, what's helped them, what they struggle with. And I'd like to be able to pull everyone's resources and really try to get people through any questions, concerns they might have, and also just be able to, build on each other and really use each other's progress as motivation. All right, so using data to make informed adjustments. So track the key metrics. So record details like workout duration, weights lifted, steps taken each week. Just so every time you move onto a new week, you have that data from the previous week and you can see how you're progressing. So yeah, use your progress to adjust your goals. For example, if you've increased from 5 push-ups per set to 7, aim to do 7 push-ups per set throughout the week and then increase again the following week, right? So if you're doing 5 sets of 5 a day and you're at 25, the next week if you go up to 7 or 8 or wherever you're comfortable going where you can still do the 5 sets, that's really good progress, right? Identify plateaus. So basically what a plateau is in the fitness thing is when you've gotten to a certain point and you can't seem to progress further no matter what you do. Maybe you get stuck there for it's usually a couple weeks where people really start to notice plateaus. Say you're trying to, squat 185 pounds for a few reps and you can get there and then you can't seem to break that barrier the next week or 2 weeks after. You have to be able to identify those when your progress stalls. And when this happens, the first thing I like to look at, because I've done this many times, I've hit many plateaus in my life, is try to look at your diet and sleep. Because generally what'll happen is maybe you'll fall off your diet for a few days, maybe you'll have some rough sleep. And when those things happen, your progress in the weight room or your progress in running or hiking or swimming or whatever you're doing usually comes to a bit of a standstill because your nutrition and your sleep have to be kind of dialed in, right? How to reassess your goals. So review your own progress, right? Such as weights lifted, reps completed, or running pace. If you haven't seen a 5 to 10% improvement over a few weeks, it's time to adjust your workouts. I can teach you guys more on that further into the course, but disclaimer, the 5 to 10% number isn't a set in stone number. When you're first starting out, 5 to 10% improvement on workouts, depending on what metric of measurement you're using, is a very good progression. That number is going to slow down over time, right? Because as you get closer to where you want to be, whether it's, say you're losing weight and you're dropping a few pounds every week, and then you slow down to 1 or a half pound every week when you get really, really close to your goal. It's the same thing with weightlifting, right? Like, you're going to get a lot stronger right away, because if you're brand new to it, you're going to have what's called newbie gains. And anyone that's been lifting or running or anything for a while understands what that is. It's basically just your body adjusting to it very rapidly and making progress right out the gate. But eventually that's going to slow down, and that's normal. You just have to keep an eye on it and figure out how to overcome it as it, approaches. Check your nutrition. So ensure you're getting enough rest and proper nutrition to support your goals. For example, if you weigh 200 pounds and you're aiming for 195, but you've been stuck at 200 for 2 weeks, you may need to adjust your calorie intake to match your current weight and activity level. A lot of times people set a number. Again, in the next module, I'll talk all about calories and nutrition and all that, so you'll get a really good idea of how to set those for yourselves. I'm actually really excited to talk about that. But yeah, so you'll have a number in your mind where you want to get to, and you'll have a formula for getting there. But a lot of people don't adjust it enough. Like, it's something that you might have to move every week, depending on how much weight you're losing, or how much weight you want to gain, or how much stronger you want to get. You just have to be proactive with it and really make sure that number is dialed in for where you are and where you want to be. And are you sleeping enough? So sleep is probably the least thought about and most underrated metric for weight loss, weight gain, and overall physical well-being and performance. The average person needs about 7 to 8 hours to ensure you are getting enough sleep. Often people struggle with energy in the gym or, in their journey to whatever fitness goal they're on. And they might only be running on an average of like 5 to 6 hours of sleep. And that's just, for your average person, that's not enough. Yeah, that is it for this video.